Hell's broke loose in Georgia as the Cars Tour makes their inaugural trip to Mellon Park and the Cordele Motor Speedway. Traditionally a home for supers, Cordele's common folk saw a masterclass of late model stock racing, headlined by two of the series' best, and of course, a hot shoe named Ralph. This is Saturday night. On Tour from Cordele Motor Speedway starts right now. Everyone wants to be there on Sunday, but as every short tracker will tell you, there is no Sunday without Saturday night. And every week, all across the nation, late models own Saturday night. This is the ballad of the sport's backbone, its hometown, its weekly star, and its greatest racing. This is Saturday night. This is On Tour. Welcome back to On Tour. My name is Buddy Pulley. I head up the late model coverage here on ATYL Media. The Cars Tour was in Cordele, not Cordele, Georgia this past weekend. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But first, huge news coming out of the Tour. On top of the Wilkesboro race set to be broadcast on FS1, the series will now host the richest night in pavement late model history, as the Throwback Classic at Hickory Motor Speedway will have a $200,000 purse. That's 50 grand going to the late model stock winner and 30 grand going to the pro late model winner, with the pay being just to start at $2,500 and $1,500 respectively. Late model stocks, how about late model stonks, baby? That race takes place on August 2nd. We'll have more to come from Hickory as that race approaches. Getting into this past weekend's festivities for the Tour's inaugural trip to the watermelon capital of the world, Cordele Motor Speedway, formerly Watermelon Capital Speedway, as you heard in the intro, traditionally a home for super late model racing and most famously Speedfest in January. But the track welcomed a full field of late model stocks with open arms, and with NASCAR Hall of Famer and series owner Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the field, they also welcomed a hefty crowd to the newly renovated facility. Coming into the weekend, there were a lot of questions to be answered. Cordele is a fast, high bank 3/8 mile that complements the high horsepower and hard charging super late models, but we weren't sure how the heavier late model stocks would fare. Well, Minnie Tyrell and Connor Hall put those questions to bed early, battling for the lead side by side, lap after lap, and setting a trend throughout the field and proving that late model stocks could put on great racing at Cordele. Hall and Tyrell dominated the race, swapping the lead several times throughout the night, with Hall getting the best of Tyrell and scoring his second win in the first three races of 2025. With that said, let's take a look at the rest of the results from Watermelon Park. Taking a look at the results from the Byron Outdoor Superstore 225 at Cordele Motor Speedway, it was Connor Hall scoring the victory over Minnie Tyrell. Get used to that duo at the front of the pack, as well as Landon Huffman, who rounds out the top three. Landon Lewis with another strong run. He finishes fourth. Connor Jones rounds out our top five. Cade Brown finishes sixth. Buddy Alves Jr. in seventh. Michael Hine battled back from several spins to finish eighth. Carson Lofton battled back from a spin and a missed shift to finish ninth. And Doug Barnes Jr., despite going watermelon picking mid-race, rounds out our top 10. Some other notables: Tristan McKee won the pro late model race, but was the culprit of the first missed shift of the night, triggering a big crash on the front straightaway. He finishes 19th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was the victim of Carson Lofton's missed shift. He finishes 21st. And Brandon Pierce, finishing 22nd, triggered a big crash on the front straightaway after having fuel pickup problems on a restart. And finally, Ryan Millington took another blow to his championship bid. A fast race car, but alternator problems took him out of the race and put him shotgun on the field in 27th. So far through the first three races of 2025, Connor Hall boasts a 1.33 average finish, setting the tone early that he and JRM are the ones to beat. And sure, much of the success can be attributed to the JRM team, but the poise Hall is showing behind the wheel is invaluable. And it's poise that in years past hasn't always been as prevalent with the two-time national champion. I spoke to Connor after the race about his battle with Minnie Tyrell and what it meant to win on such a big stage in front of the boss man. You had a great battle there with Minnie. Talk about the racing here tonight and just racing with Minnie in general. Obviously, you guys are going to be battling for the championship all year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both have a good amount of respect for each other for sure. I think that's the way racing should be, and it was really fun to trade back and forth with him and slide each other and cross over and whatnot. So I think they definitely hit on something with that new car of theirs, and they're running really well. And I hope we continue to get better on our side of things, and I think it's going to be a good, healthy battle all year.
One last question: what does it mean? What does it mean to win on a night like this here at a new track for the Cars Tour and with your boss man here?
Yeah, I mean, huge with Dale here. Just super cool and rewarding to be able to put him in victory lane. And then as far as kind of winning an inaugural event, and the whole trip to Cordele, I think was pretty flawless from the whole tours aspect. From my perspective, it was just really cool to come somewhere new. I like racing new places, and once you kind of have raced late model stock cars for a couple of years, you've kind of seen it all track wise. So to be able to kind of branch out of the late model stock car, 10 or 12 tracks that we normally run, I think it was really cool and refreshing to come somewhere new.
For those of you who don't know, caution laps do not count in the Cars Tour, and with the rash of yellows late in the going in Saturday night's race, fuel mileage became a concern. And with the top two battling hard all night long, Landon Huffman may have been having flashbacks to the old North State Nationals of 2023 at Tri-County, where he bested Butterbean Queen after Queen ran out of gas late. It wasn't to be for Huffman at Cordele, but nevertheless, a solid top three finish for the Claremont kid. Landon Huffman comes home with a third place finish here in Cordele. Landon, it looked like that fuel mileage was going to work in your favor there at the end.
Yeah, hopefully I had enough. I mean, I did have enough, but
yeah.
You're sitting there thinking, I've been saving the whole time, but I don't know if it's going to work out or not. It's frustrating that we're in fuel mileage races in a late model stock car, but unfortunately that happens more times than it should in this series. So hopefully they can get that figured out. But proud of all of our Carroll Speed Shop, Industrial Battery, and Charger Ringer 57 guys this weekend. We didn't have a winning car. I feel like we had a third place car, and we finished third. So when that happens, I feel like you got to leave there pretty happy.
Tell me about the racing tonight. There's a lot of unknowns coming into Cordele. It looked like it was good fun out there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we had multiple grooves that could move around. 3 and 4 was fun. We actually kept moving up, and then it worked for a little while up there, and then we started moving back down. So just interesting, seeing the race play out and the rubber get laid down and stuff. But pretty racy racetrack. I feel like these cars put on a good show here. If the 81 and 88 wasn't so good, it might have been even better. So hopefully the fans enjoyed it, and hopefully I know it got strung out up front, but hopefully back through the mid pack it was pretty solid racing.
A lot better than Florence, right?
Yeah, I'm not a Florence fan. I mean, historically this isn't a place that I probably would be good at. So to come out here third, I feel like that's not too bad, and we'll keep working.
Those familiar with the facility claim that Saturday night's Cars Tour race at Cordele drew the biggest crowd the track had seen in quite some time. And that's just its testament to the Cars Tour and the great racing it puts on, but it may have had something to do with a certain driver number 8. When we come back from the break, we'll talk to Dale Earnhardt Jr. State your name and occupation.
My name is Rod Millington, and I like to go in circles and turn left. A couple things about me that I like to do besides racing, I would have to say this year I picked up snowboarding, so that's a first for me. I like golf, but I'm absolutely terrible at it. You see me walk around in boots, so you know I'm a redneck, and I'll throw out fishing is probably my third favorite thing.
That's Ryan Millington, and this is On Tour. Dale Earnhardt Jr. made his first Cars Tour start of the season at Cordele, and it's safe to say that the race for Earnhardt was a bit disappointing. He qualified 15th, ran back half of the top 10 most of the race, eventually working himself up to the 5th position before Carson Lofton missed a shift on a restart, leaving Jr. with nowhere to go but fuel cell deep into the back of the 22 and ending the night for old Junebug. As for Dale Jr., the series owner, the night wasn't any less disappointing. This race was plagued by several missed shifts, big crashes, and red flags that resulted in a 125-lap fuel mileage late model stock race that lasted nearly 2 hours. Earnhardt expressed his frustrations to the media after the race, saying, "We had a great opportunity to showcase great things about this tour, and we missed that opportunity, and I hate that." Also alluding to the time window they'll have on FS1 at Wilkesboro, Jr. said, "Getting us on Fox Sports 1 is amazing for our teams and amazing for the tour. We're going to have to do a damn better job than we did tonight to fit in that 1.5 hour window we've got, because it ain't going to be no joke." Overall, it was just a tough night for the Cars Tour, and a night that the series can't afford to repeat. but there were some positives. The facility was top notch. The racing, when we had a chance to showcase it, was great. And overall, the race as a whole held a lot of prestige. I highlighted those positives and asked Junior about the potential of returning to Cordele.
Yeah, I mean, I wished it would have ended better for all of our competitors. I hate to see everybody get banged around and everybody wadded up. I mean, but we do that at a lot of racetracks. You know, we have nights like that, and even just a couple hours up the road from the house. So I'm not going to put it on the location. And I know, I know everybody wanted to have a better night and a better experience, but we just, you have nights like this where mistakes just kind of keep happening. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe after a couple weeks, everything kind of calms down. We'll take stock in what our competitors think and if they want to come back or not. And we're definitely going to probably always lean on our competitors to give us, the answers and the reasons why we should do this or that and the other. The tour can't survive if our competitors are unhappy and not doing what we want to do. So it's really their series. So we want to race where they want to race. I'm thankful they embraced this. That was my ask, and they embraced it. And we'll see what they thought about it.
You heard Junior say it. It was a big ask for the competitors to make the trip down to Georgia. For it to end the way it did was absolutely frustrating, but in no way a reflection of the racetrack itself. That's going to do it for this episode of On Tour. The next episode will follow the Cars Tour race at Orange County Speedway, which happens on April 26th. I'm super excited because Orange County Speedway is one of my favorite racetracks on the tour. And I'm also excited about ATYL Media's April giveaway, hosted by two of our partners, Happy Hour Racing and Benzik Designs. If you spend $25 or more at Happy Hour Racing, you get one entry. Spend $50 or more at Happy Hour Racing, you get 3 entries to win 3 custom diecast stands from Benzik Designs with your choice of style. The giveaway ends April 30th. Go to abovetheonline.com/giveaways. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on all social platforms. Follow me on all social platforms at The Buddy Pulley. And of course, as always, support your local short tracks, and we'll see you after Orange County.